What I'm about to show you is so crazy. You have to do this. I promise you, it's gonna change everything for you. What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys a couple producer hacks that you can incorporate into your workflow that can help you with your creativity, as well as getting your ideas out and helping you get organized too. I'm also gonna show you guys the antares bundle, but more about that later. So for the first one, I'm gonna tackle saving, and I'm gonna show you guys a feature that not many people are using, but they should use. If you watch my videos, you know I have a stance on if something works, you should save it. That means if the beat sounds good, save the drums, save the MIDI, save the presets, all that type of stuff. For some folks that might be time consuming, but here's an easy way to do it. In FL on your left side, go to File and then hit Export and hit Project, boom. Just make a folder and boom. Once you save it, it's gonna automatically open up the location, and then you're gonna have these folders. So you're gonna have the MIDI scores, you're gonna have the mixer presets, and you're just gonna delete the ones that you didn't use. You're gonna have the effects chains, like here. I use Valhalla delay, and if I tweak the presets and I have my own preset that sounds really good, it automatically saves that preset for me, just the way it was. In channels, you got audio, so I got all my sounds here, so I can just drag the kick. If I want it on the playlist, look, it's right there. You got the automation folder. So if I mess something up in the automation and I don't know how I had it before, I can just drag it over and it'll bring it back to the way I had it originally. And then you got unsorted. That's just additional sounds. You also have another automation folder up here. I'm telling you, that's like super helpful. And if you just want your sounds, go back up to File, hit Export and hit Project Data Files. Go back to that same folder. You can make another one. And look, it has all the sounds that I use. So if I really like those drum sounds, instead of just dragging them over one by one into my go-to folder, I could just do that and I can have all of them right there and I could just sort them out quick and easy. Trust me, you will save a ton of time doing that. Now you got it, now you know it, take it and run with it. Now that we're done with that one, let's go to the next one, which has to do with drums, specifically percussion. I highly recommend a lot of people to use percussion loops. And if you don't know how to use percussion loops, you're actually closer than you think. Let me explain. In some of my previous videos, I had this beat playing and people have reached out to me in DMs and saying like if I could show this in a different Splice video. So this is actually the beat. So this beat has a percussion loop. The thing is, I made the percussion loop. Like if I hit this, this is actually this percussion loop right here. I like using percussion loops because on days that like life gets to you, or say you're kind of in a high pressure situation, you can use that and just drag it over on any loop, melody, beat, whatever you use or whatever you do, and get a different type of inspiration for drums because the percussion is there. I've said it before and I'll say it again. In a lot of cultures, percussion is dictated by the region that people are in. So in the West Coast, people that have like a certain type of bounce. In Memphis, the percussion down there sounds way different than in New York. That's kind of a big reason why the Memphis sound is pretty much everywhere, because people love the way it makes them move. So this percussion loop is actually from a different beat. Now I know what you're thinking, and I know a lot of music theory people are probably saying like, oh, that's cheating. But in all honesty, it's no different than when people were chopping up drum loops back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, and then, you know, making hit records with them. It's no different than what DJ Premier does when he chops like drum breaks and then just rearranges them. I mean, one of my favorite producers, Hit Boy, did that heavily on Nas's King's Disease 3 album.
Niggas I really met through music shit. It be some real thuns I grew up with.
So how do you make them? Well, let's open up this different beat. Here's another example. All you gotta do is mute the melody, mute the drums, just solo the percussion, select a section, right click, consolidate, time selection, and boom. And if I don't want the clap in there, I could just remove it. I could just make different versions. Like I have different versions of this. Right here, I have one with no weird perk, no snare, no weird perk, and just the full composition. So use it to your advantage. Hold on, I want to pull up this one beat. So I made this one. not cheating because you use it, you created it. I made a whole kit out of it and put it all in a pack and put it on the internet. I definitely got packs out there, not on Splice, but you know, definitely follow me on Instagram. And yeah, if you want to get some inspiration for new drums and stuff like that and weird sounds, you know who to go to. All right, so this next one could actually help a lot of people that don't have perfect pitch and want to get the idea out of their head onto the screen, onto the piano roll, and they don't know how to play like instruments well. I'm still learning how to play an instrument. I'm still learning how to play piano. I'm not gonna have the dexterity in my fingers to play what I have in my head because my head is constantly running. It's like a couple weeks of experience versus a couple years of experience, you know, like a decade plus of experience of music and stuff. So it's not gonna translate well. So sometimes I do need a little help getting that idea out. So what do I use? I use this microphone and I use Autotune Pro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say like I'm very proficient in Autotune and I don't know how to sing. Trust me, I wish I could sing. I would play you this, but it does not sound good at all. Not even with Autotune. So I'm gonna have to do vocal samples on a different video, but for this one I felt like it was very helpful. So I had this melody in my head. It goes dun 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 dun. I know that sounds horrible, but it makes sense in my head. So what I'll do is I'll adjust the key to something familiar, so like C minor or A minor, because I could go to those notes faster. And then I'll adjust the retune speed, and then the flex tune speed, and then the humanize. And then I'll hit detach, and I'll put this over here just so I can see it. And then I'll just start singing. And there's this hold button, so if I hit a note, dun, I'll just hit that, go to this piano roll and click that in. Sometimes I'll figure out the notes that way. It'll take me like maybe like 10 seconds and then I'll know the whole progression and I'll just click it in. Once I'm happy with that and I have like the other layers, which I do have, I'll hit sound shifter and then I'll just test it out just to see what feels good. The great thing about learning from other people's processes is like there's this thing that's like demystified. There's only like one other person that I know does it like this, and they make some of the most beautiful melodies and they use FL. So you can learn a lot from people, and I just felt like, hey, it'd be cool to show you guys. You could use it or not. Another thing you could do to experiment is use the microphone and just hum a whole bunch of melodies as you're making the beat. So that way you have a different type of mind frame of like how an artist sees this. So you don't add like all of this complex drums. You give a nice bed for them to do their thing on, and then come back and, you know, if you want to like spice it up some more, you can do that. A lot of times like people want to like have like the craziest beats ever, but you know, I say it time and time again, where are people going to fit on these? You know, if you're creating a whole bunch of melodies, you're not going to complicate your stuff. You're actually going to make it a lot more open, and you'll find creativity within crafting that space within the drums and the melodies. I mean, even the beats that I just played you, like those have space in them. I could play that for anybody and be like, this is the idea I have, because I went through like a whole bunch of melodies and, oh, I found a catchy one. Boom, that fits. If you guys want Autotune and you want to experiment with the other effects in the bundle, sign up for our Autotune Unlimited subscription today using the link down below. And if you use that link, you'll also get 2 free months of Splice included. I'm going to do a full in-depth video on making samples with Autotune, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now for this last one, what I'm about to show you is so crazy. You have to do this. I promise you, it's going to change everything for you. And that is browser organization presets. Yes, you could actually make a preset with your folders. So by now we're all accustomed to this browser and all of these folders. And a lot of times when we're making stuff, we don't want to go through all of these folders. We want to have like some type of organization where you could actually do that. And it's going to look like this. You pretty much clear all the other stuff and you don't have to worry about it. Let me show you how to do that. So the first thing you do is go to an empty snap and find your folders that you want. And you don't have to go super in depth, but just find like the mother folder. So in this case, like this art drum sounds is from my SSD. So I don't have to click like all these other folders. Just this folder is good. What you want to do is click the folders that you want. So I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. I want my one shots, I want my percussion loops, I want my horror samples, I want my beats and my project files. And I want my Splice folder. We gotta have that. Next, go up here to this little arrow on top of the browser and go to show only open folders. And boom, just as easy. And if you wanna have like an icon for it, just hit rename, Splice snap. We could put like a little icon. So let's do this. I could just hit this and my snap is automatically there for me. ImageLine actually hit me up and told me that in FL21, you're gonna have a lot more control over the customization, the colors within the customization, as well as like the layout. So it's gonna be crazy. So I think I'm gonna stop there because I don't wanna overload you with way too much. You know, you gotta wait for the next video. So let me know if you guys want a part 2. Again, if you guys want Autotune, make sure you guys sign up using the link down below in the description of this video. Make sure you guys go get that whole bundle because that bundle is crazy. Listen, when I learn how to sing, it's over. I'm gonna sound like a baby seal on stage. I'm trying to be like Mariah Carey and put out like a Christmas album so I go platinum like every year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy time with your family, enjoy the holidays, and I will see you guys next time.